is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.
It's another dreary day here in Orlando, Florida, and quite honestly, it's days like this that we absolutely love. But today we're going to check out Madame Tussauds House of Wax, the wax museum, world famous, and there's one here in Orlando, Florida. Now it's important to note that Madame Tussauds here in Orlando does not have its own building. Instead, it's part of the Icon Park building structure, I guess you would say. It's like a outdoor mall at the base of the Ferris wheel. The only other signage on the outside of the building is right here to the left of the main building, but it is on this wing, just inside those windows, and that door, where you'll find the Wax Museum. I've been at a few wax museums throughout the country. Most importantly, one of my favorite ones is the oldest wax museum in the country at St. Augustine. But I've always wanted to visit a Madame Tussauds wax museum. This is kind of cool that we're finally getting to do it. Have you ever been to a wax museum before?
When I was itty bitty. I went to one in Tennessee. It may have been Madame Tussauds. I really don't remember. I was like 5, you know. I saw Reba McEntire. That's the only thing I remember.
It'd be kind of cool if they had one of the wax mold-o-matic things that you like to get.
Oh, I hope so.
If they had one for that here.
That'd be cool.
So, do you know where Madame Tussauds originated?
Paris?
I think it's Paris. Paris or the UK, one of the two.
I think it's Paris.
I think it's Paris. If you guys are watching and you know where Madame Tussauds originated from, leave a comment below. Maybe they'll tell us inside there, because we don't really know much about what's going on in here, or what kind of wax dummies, wax figures they have.
I like to be pleasantly surprised. I know I should probably do a little bit more research before doing some things, but I like to be surprised.
Well, let's go see what they have. We here at the GrimmLifeCollective love projections of any type, and they have Madame Tussauds Orlando right here at the entrance to the museum.
I'm actually a little starstruck already. I didn't think wax figures were going to be like super cool, but right here where you enter, they have Pink doing her rope aerials, which she does when she does her concert tours, and it's really, really pretty. You gotta check this out. I mean, it's just gorgeous. But oh, look, Madonna. These are crazy, crazy detailed, and I don't know if they're set to like life-size accurate, but if she's in heels and she's this tall in heels, am I taller than Madonna?
So you might be asking yourself, why on earth is the GrimmLifeCollective heading to a wax museum? One, it's historical. Wax figures are creepy, and if you've ever seen the movie House of Wax starring Vincent Price, or even the remake where Paris Hilton gets axed, you'd see why. We're excited for this one. Right here at the get-go, they have Pitbull, and it looks like it's on maybe his yacht, but man, that's pretty lifelike. If I didn't know better, I would say that that was a real human being.
That's Pitbull.
I know it's Pitbull. Now if they are real size, to life size, Jessica is rather short. He's not that much bigger. The theming that they have going on here is actually really nice. What's this say? Ponce de Leon. So this is like a Spanish section of it. Kind of like St. Augustine. Oh, this is cool. It looks like this is old Ponce de Leon himself. The guy who found the Fountain of Youth, which we did a video on a few months back. Link below.
This is really cool. Like, I wasn't expecting there to be these elaborate scenes and rooms built for the characters, because when I did it as a kid, they were just kind of like lined up. They had like a few little scenes, but nothing like this, and we're only like 2 rooms in so far. This is cool. I'm surprised. I like it.
So, Bad Booty Man. The scenes that they have here are so elaborate. Wow. What is this? Oh, this is crazy cool. And he, oh, you know what? I always thought Uncle Sam looked pretty darn stern. And he does. He's looking pretty mean. I want you.
It looks like he's following me everywhere I go.
Pretty much every room is a photo op. This is probably the only time they'll actually, the GrimmLifeCollective will actually get to sit next to a president. It's Jessica and Abraham Lincoln. Man, so cool. One of the things I love the most about this place is all the different scenes that they have. I'm obsessed with the 60s. And here, they have a really awesome setup of the first man on the moon. Very cool. And it's interactive.
And while you're up here meeting Neil Armstrong, you can also see yourself here on television making the first steps on the moon.
We're not going to spend much time in this room, but it is the presidential room. There's President Trump, and over here, Barack Obama. This is actually really, really nice. There's Martin Luther King, and right behind him on the wall is the I Have a Dream speech. And if you know us, we are big Disney fans, and Jessica found Walt Disney. Well, it is confirmed that this place has a holiday overlay. Here's Thomas Edison with a Christmas tree behind him. And Albert Einstein over here has entered the ugly sweater contest. He doesn't really seem to care though, does he?
Even though every room has at least 2 wax figures, if you walk through it too quickly, you won't notice that each room has at least one thing that's interactive. It's pretty cool, so stop and take your time for sure.
Hey Jessica, do you remember one of the famous graves that we visited while we were visiting Pennsylvania was the artist Andy Warhol, right? There he is right there. Man, these are so lifelike. Yeah, he is very tall. I feel like I have to get really close on this one because out of everyone here so far, Andy Warhol has been the most detailed. I mean, look at that. Any guesses to who this guy is with all the numbers and all the information behind him? It's the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs. Probably one of the coolest things that they have here, in our opinion, is a wax figure of the lady herself, Madame Marie Tussaud. Her setup really isn't anything interactive, but if you look at the head she's working on, it kind of looks like Frankenstein's monster. I've never seen this before. This is basically what they build the wax figures on. That is really trippy looking. Basically, it's like a giant life-size pipe cleaner. And if you want to, for a little extra charge, you can get your hands dipped in wax at a wax museum. They give you a really cool little display on it, but they do it all right here. Very cool. I'm not sure what the upcharge is, but I'd do it.
This is really cool. I've always wanted to do the wax hand mold. I'm not sure if you call it a mold or a casting, but if you do one hand, it's $15, 2 hands is $25, and then that's like the base rate, and then all the colors, you know, goes up a little bit. I did want to take the time to warn you guys though. Coming in here, everything is very loud. There's strobing lights. It is sensory overload. If you have any issues or sensitivities with that, do take notice. This may not be for you. As cool as it is, everywhere you're pelted by sound very, very badly, and lights and moving action. So just consider that.
We're not big sports fans, but it is very cool to see different characters like this. Here's David Beckham. He is really tall. Here they have Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's kind of cool. He floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. It's Muhammad Ali. And here they have a little shadow silhouette of him boxing. That's cool. Here in one spot they have Serena Williams. Behind her is Shaquille O'Neal. And over here, this gentleman who I do not know, the wall says Neymar Jr. Never heard of you before, dude. I'm sorry. But you're excited. There's Dan Marino, famous for the Miami Dolphins, but I do believe he grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dan Marino is from Pennsylvania. And of course, they have Peyton Manning, and you know what? If they are making these pretty lifelike, he is a very weird looking individual. Kind of like an alien. And very tall. Jessica, Peyton Manning kind of looks like an alien. I don't know. Something. I think he's an alien. Ladies and gentlemen, we have golf. There's Tiger Woods. Get a little closer look at him. Yeah, that's Tiger Woods. Maybe I just don't know enough about sports. I mean, this guy here, his name's Derek Jeter, but I kind of feel like they should have somebody like Mickey Mantle here, right? Or Babe Ruth or somebody. I don't know. Looks like we entered the pop star area. Here is Pharrell Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Taylor Swift. Very tiny. Maybe I like her music, maybe I don't. I'm not gonna say. But I will say this, years ago when I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, she was having a concert and I was stuck in traffic and I did a Grim Life video called Stuck in Taylor Swift Traffic and how much I hated it. Looks like we got more musicians right up front. There's Ricky Martin, Lady Gaga, a couple more in the back, and one person that Jessica's really excited about, and that's Rihanna. It'd be fair to say that Jessica is a fan of Rihanna, and she was also in the movie Valerian, right? That was it. She had a very cool part, very, very pretty, very beautiful voice. Jessica, are you kissing the wax? Aww.
The coolest thing about this so far is that these wax figures are not behind any protective glass, no protective ropes or scenes. You can go up to them and molest them all you like. I've seen some people doing it so far, but please be respectful. It's cool to be able to get that close to something, you know, a replica of someone that you really admire and just kind of hang out with them. It's nice.
Don't know who this guy is, but the sign says Cody Simpson. Hello, Cody Simpson. They even have Selena Gomez. She had a TV show and she has lupus, right? I don't know, something. She was in the news about some sort of illness. Don't know much about it. Not a fan. I'm a little disturbed by this and we were warned about it, but why on earth does he have his own little thing? Little slutty Santa, Justin Bieber. Oh, that's just so disgustingly creepy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a huge fan of Elvis. Of the King, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hail to the King, baby. It's like Bruce Campbell meets Elvis Presley. That's my Elvis. There's a little setup here of Michael Jackson. Looks like he's wearing an arm cast. A little out of place though, because the scene behind him is from the Smooth Criminal video. There's Michael in white. But it looks just like him. And I'm not gonna lie, in some ways I am a fan of Miley Cyrus. It kind of doesn't even really look like her, does it? But she is one chick that's out there. And she had a psychobilly album. Well, a rockabilly album, I should say. Kind of rockabilly. Who knows what it is? Who knows what's going on when it comes to Miley Cyrus? Have no clue who you are, sir. But Jessica says that you're somebody from the Disney Channel or from a Disney movie. And this guy over here, he's also from the TV show Sabrina that everybody loves, that we love, from Netflix. Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Oh, creepy. You look so real.
There's the baby sitting down with Jimmy Fallon, but how is this interview gonna go, I wonder? He's a bit of a comedian himself. Oh no!
There's Oprah Winfrey. There's a wax figure of Katy Perry. But quite honestly, out of every wax figure that's here, this is probably the most realistic looking one. Well, him and Andy Warhol. Neil Patrick Harris. How you doing, NPH? How you doing? You want some White Castle? You want some White Castle for that mouth? Want some White Castle? Huh? Huh? I didn't think so. Oh, check it out. It's that chick from Modern Family. I can't pronounce her name. Sofia Vergara. I don't know. That's her. It's Jim Parsons. Sheldon, are you back there hiding?
I'm waiting for you.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
Comic books.
Jessica's been dying to get here. This is the DC comic book section. This is relatively new within like the past year or two from what I gather, from what I understand. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, wow. Oh, no, no, what'd you do? The light's going off. Oh, God. That's Batman! I don't know what you're saying.
Oh no! We gotta go find Superman. He said to go find Superman.
This is like interactive. Go ahead, hit the button. Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
All right, so this is amazing. The wax museum so far has been kind of cool. This is cool as all heck. Here they have Wonder Woman, and it looks exactly like her. Holy cow, does that look cool? Oh, wow. That's Cyborg. That is cool. Kind of has like a very Stranger Things upside down element to it. Very, very cool. We're coming up on Superman, and it looks like he's holding up a helicopter. The superhero section is probably some of the most lifelike wax figures I've ever seen. I discovered the bat symbol, which means the symbol has got to be somewhere high above the sky, right there above Gotham. And there is the bat himself. I guess you should say that's Bat Booty. Bat Booty, get it? Bat Booty. I was actually surprised at how much I love the movie Aquaman, even more so that it's in 3D, because that was cool. And this, Jessica, you're looking beautiful, but he looks so real. So darn real. That is creepy. There's a little Shrek setup, and do you see Jessica? She's right there. But seriously, it's hard to believe that this is all made out of wax. Just look at that, all the detail on his face. Same thing with Fiona. It's like straight out of the movie. It's perfect. This is actually quite beautiful. There's Audrey Hepburn. Little setup here for Grease. It's the Shake Shack, baby. Oh, the Shake Shack. I mean, I could tell that's John Travolta. It's a little funky looking. Doesn't really have the face exactly right, but that's pretty darn close. But I feel like they hit Olivia John Newton right on the head. Looks just like her. And bone skinny, just like she was way back in the day. Jackie Chan. All right, so this is kind of awesome, but they have Steven Spielberg. One of Jessica's favorite animated movies is Kung Fu Panda. If anything, great photo ops. Not really a wax figure, but they have something here for Jurassic Park. I wonder if the sign is made out of wax. Dinosaur area, keep out. Or maybe the fence, but that dinosaur right there, it's not wax. I'll tell you that right now. One of my favorite movies when I was growing up was E.T. If you look at some pictures of me as a kid, I kind of also look like Elliot, so this is kind of cool. I'm digging it. Elliot! I've seen this a lot in the news lately, but they have the James Bond wax figures. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do not know the names of each of the Bonds. That's Pierce Brosnan right there. Daniel Craig, he has one more movie that's coming out, and then they're gonna be switching again. Sean Connery, a very young Sean Connery. That guy. And him. James Bond, baby. They have Jennifer Lawrence here from Hunger Games, which I mean, it was a good movie. Katniss Everdeen. Yeah, you know what? It was a good movie. Looks just like her. Not sure who you are. The name tag says Zendaya. I don't know who you are, of course, but it's Jennifer Lopez. This is looking very festive over here. Channing Tatum.
Of course, I love Johnny Depp, but I'm just a little disappointed that he's not in his Pirates of the Caribbean scene, but he will always have a bit with him for the rest of his life. He's got his Captain Jack tattoo here.
We got Deadpool. The guy whose only friend is the guy by the name of Wilson. Samuel L. Jackson, who's been in so many cool movies. And of course they have Brad Pitt. You know, one of my favorite Brad Pitt movies is a movie called California, where he plays a serial killer. How many people know about it? Leonardo DiCaprio. And of course they have Angelina Jolie, which is kind of funny because that man off to her shoulder over there, standing and looking the opposite way, is Brad Pitt. Like, I know her name is Emma Watson, but I screamed to myself, Hermione. It took me a moment to realize who this was, but that's Will Smith. And there's Anne Hathaway, which is one of Jessica's least favorite actresses. Mine, believe it or not, is Julia Stiles. I hate Julia Stiles. And set up like some weird, sick, twisted Christmas card is Ryan Gosling from everyone's favorite movie, The Notebook. Such a great movie. Not. Alright, so I'm just gonna say it. I was gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because it's probably one of the most beautiful wax museum I've ever seen in my life, but I have to give it an 8 out of 10 because it doesn't have any scary monsters, no villains, no Hall of Horrors, nothing like that. I mean, I get it. You're in a very touristy spot, people coming from all over the world, so you want to have the most popular wax figures there. But it would have been really nice to see some monsters. So an 8 out of 10, definitely better than the Potter's Wax Museum in St. Augustine. What's up with that weird, slutty Santa, Justin Bieber?
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.